I'm an handstand, you fool.
Today, from Hard Rock Stadium in Miami, Florida, it's Week 3 of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Miami Dolphins taking on the New England Patriots.
We are about 15 or so miles northwest of world-famous Miami Beach as we are set for football at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami Gardens. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the New England Patriots and the Miami Dolphins.
Will Lutz set to kick off.
It's an Indian summer afternoon. Perfect conditions for football, and off we go on EA Sports. Fielded in the end zone. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. Set to throw on first. He'll fight his man, Laviska Shenault. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 19 yards right off the bat, and a quick first down. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. Out of the gun, Brissett. He'll find Henderson there. It's complete. For 5 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up second down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield.
Now the first carry from Marlon Mack. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. A look at the numbers for Mack from last week. He was, without a doubt, one of the catalysts in that victory.
And he can really be the glue that makes this offense go, because when defenders have to commit to stopping him, that just opens up more opportunities in the passing game.
Oh, man, open down the middle of the field. And he's taken down inside the 30. 17 yards for the Dolphins there as they've got themselves a first down.
Nice methodical opening drive here. They're already in the field goal range. They're in a good spot. You know that people like to take a shot in this part of the field. But at the same time, as methodical as they've been, they might want to run the ball a little bit here, too.
And just on the outskirts of the red zone, they have options now. Either way, though, they've come out with a purpose. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
A gain of 13. It's a first down. Now we're 1st and 10 at the 11. Brissett now. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. This is caught. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Tyler Higbee. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Dolphins take it right down and score on the opening drive.
As a general rule, quarterbacks don't want to lock in on a receiver before the ball is snapped. But in this case, based on the matchup he thought he was going to get, it was favorable for his tight end. He locked in on him early and found him for a touchdown.
This taken in about 4 yards deep. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And a nifty return there all the way across the 40.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 41-yard line.
Very good starting position for the Patriot offense as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
6-yard line.
All right, I got to ask you, with these RPOs, essentially the quarterback has 3 options, right? So what's different from that versus the triple option that we see the service academies run at the college level?
As a general rule, the triple option at the college level, most things are called outside of the quarterback faking it to the runner and then keeping it himself and maybe having
nowhere to go. Here he lost the football.
Joey Bosa. Jacoby Brissett
able to fall on it, but look where they recovered it. That's a big loss.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
So they keep the ball, but work to do on 2nd and long. Looking to throw. Moore. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line.
Complete to number 3.
Charles, we get a look there at the draft class for this offense. What do you make of it?
Well, overall, I like the balance of the guys that they selected because, to me, they got a few guys that can step in and play right away, which is exactly what you want. But they also drafted for the future as well. They got some guys who might need a year or two on the practice squad, so then we'll find out if they can actually play.
To throw is Ward. Throwing on 3rd and long. Got a man open. It's Ross. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a first down.
So Miami coming out for their 2nd drive. They'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in the 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say when you run into big-time races. Means they get out to a fast start. They're setting the pace, making the other team chase them.
3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. Now 2nd and 7 from the 23.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
From the shotgun, it's Brissett. And he's got his man on the out route. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
First and 10.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. From the gun, here's Brissett. Gets this into the hands of the tight end, Higbee. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That one goes for 24 yards.
That's another.
So into Pat's territory now. Here's first and 10 at the 43. Again, it's Brissett. Finds the open man. It's Mike Williams. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again.
Well, that was a pretty route right there because it's all about finding a window on a route like that. He lined up on his left, ran the deep in route over the middle, and the ball was right where it needed to be. Really good trust between quarterback and receiver. Really good completion.
11 more on that one, and another first down.
First and 10 at the 16-yard line.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
With the score, Dolphins 7, Patriots 0.
So the ball down to the 16 here for first and 10. They go play action with Brissett. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep two eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting two hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit. Even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. Derek Brown. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13.
But enough takes a start to have a good drive, quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
No, now they're looking at a third and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Letting one go deep for the end zone. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. Laviska Shenault, 29 yards. And the Dolphins are able to grow their lead.
There's not much that's perfect in football, but that's about as close to it as you're going to get. Score, force a punt, score again.
And both drives were impressive. The opening drive was, that last one was. Now on the other side, though, what's your psyche? You're really behind the eight ball.
You got to make sure you just hold in there. Survive the early storm, relax a little bit, and try and get back to your game plan. It's way too early for panic.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
So back onto the field come the Pats for their second drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a first and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
Carter on the tackle.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
And not much room to operate as he'll get this up only to about the 41.
The ball carrier taken down at the 41. It's a gain of a yard, and it's third down.
Ward on third down. Open is Powell. That's complete. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 45-yard line. Rookie to rookie on the hook up there, and it's a first down.
First down.
And that was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver, although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 45-yard line. Back to throw. Moore. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Nicole Hardman, the intended target. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
The scoreboard tells the story for him a little bit bleak. And while it's not quite desperation time yet, it's definitely getting close. But the defense reads the scoreboard as well. They're going to back up and make them really earn it.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. That's out to the left, flat and complete. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard.
Oh, I came to my feet on that one. I thought he was getting close to breaking that one big, but in the end, give some credit to the defense, finding a way to get to him and forcing a 3rd down.
And he gets it to the 34, good enough for the first. Just enough to get the first down there with a 1-yard pickup. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. As they run the counter play. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This defense is really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
They've got 2nd and 12 from the 36. Operating from the gun. Moore. That's complete to his running back, Taylor.
Ward's pass. Complete to Jonathan Taylor.
New England on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down.
It's now 4th.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense. Linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. Now Lutz for the field goal try. This from 44 yards out, left hash. And he missed it. It's no good. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll send you up to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there, and he'll have stats and scores from a busy Sunday in the NFL. This pass finds its way to Williams. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Now the 2nd down throw on target. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. First down, Brissett. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Incomplete.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Brissett again. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on. Third down. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Into the air once more. It's Brissett. It's caught on the right side. Williams. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
And things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to the goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. And you have to figure they won't just sit on the football here in the final minute. The way things have gone, they need to try to make something happen offensively.
But maybe they should. Maybe they should sit on it here because of what you just said. They haven't made anything happen offensively. Getting ready to go into the half, give them a chance to take a deep breath, exhale a little bit, and start over. I don't know.
And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. Solomon Thomas, they love to see that from him as he slips in for the sack.
It's 2nd down.
Here's Ward looking to throw on 2nd down. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Johnson. And he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. And we will skip the highlight show this week. Get right back to this Week 3 matchup. The Dolphins in front, and they'll be in possession of the football first as the second half gets started. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further.
Patriots take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
New England trying to get a place on offense. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards.
First down, New England.
Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game. And if they can continue to do that,
it's a foot race. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. Mecole Hardman, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the forced turnover on defense leads to 6 points. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the 3rd quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Takes this about 5 yards deep. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. This now a 10-point game, so things tightening a little bit after that last score. Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. Defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. And he's finally out of bounds, but he's taken it all the way down to the 8. A big play there on the catch and run. 67 yards. Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a 1st and goal situation. Brissett. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Trying to get that one to his running back, Marlon Mack. But it'll be 2nd and goal. Nothing on 1st down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line. 2nd and goal. Now Mack. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. A nice run there as he picks up 6. It's going to be 3rd and goal now. This is kind of one of those in-between plays here, Charles, on 3rd and goal from the 2 or the 3 in that area. What do you dial up?
Something quick hitting. You don't have the time for something that develops slowly. It's got to be right at them if you're going to run the football. If you're going to throw it, something quick, get it out of your hands in a hurry.
It'll be called a gain of 2, and that'll leave them with some options here on 4th and inches. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
And he didn't get there. Knocked backwards to the 2-yard line. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And the Patriots get the football back.
Is a turnover on down.
So the defensive front holding strong there on 4th and inches.
And how about the battle of big people up front? That turned into a leverage game, didn't it? Defensive linemen, they won it. Lower than the offensive guys, pushed them back, knifed through, and made a great play.
And all the way to the 25 before he's hit and dropped. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game.
And 3 at the 32-yard line.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. The gun. Ward completes it to Hardman. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
And it's 3rd down.
From the gun on 3rd down. Going for the deep ball. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Xavier Howard with a good coverage that time as he was there and knocked it away.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 12-yard line.
On 2nd down and 4. Brissett, and he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 35 to the 34 for 22 yards there, a first down. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. To throw is Brissett. Quick hitter here, it's complete. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Out of his hands quickly to Higgins. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down. Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 17 yards for the Dolphins there as they've got themselves a first down.
1st and 10 at the 36.
And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
The line of scrimmage.
Third quarter from Miami. This is 2nd and 10.
At the Patriots.
Now Brissett.
7-yard line.
And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. Chase Young, give him the credit for the sack and a loss of 14 yards. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
Looking left side, he's got it, complete. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. They get a big amount back, 18 yards, but they'll still look at a 4th down now.
I don't know how many times, not just in my playing career, but you and I working together, have we ever heard a coach say, you know, I just don't have that play on my call sheet. And that's really what we had here. That was a big hole they were trying to get out of.
Yeah, big gain, still a phase to go, though.
Patriots 7.
So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but they still ate on time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
At their own 22-yard line.
Now the Patriots gearing up to go now. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
Ward now on 1st down. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. It was Ricardo Allen there on the coverage. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. To throw again, Ward. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Down at the line of scrimmage.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
New England on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. Operating from the gun. Ward. This pass going to be caught by Hardman. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. Mecole Hardman, 78 yards. And the Patriots are back within a score.
For the point after.
So that's a really big play here in the 4th quarter. And don't look now. They're right back in this game.
Did it feel to you, as it did to me, that maybe they were a little bit soft in what they were lining up with on defense? Almost like they were protecting the lead rather than trying to make a play.
And now that lead, it's down to just 1 score. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. 1st down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10. A run by Mack to start the drive. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
A 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 28-yard line.
Throwing. Brissett. This is Shenault on the receiving end. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. And passing yardage-wise, now up over 350 in this game. Pretty nice performance.
Definitely that, which usually means you're putting a lot of pressure on guys trying to cover. If you're a defensive back and they put over 350 yards on you, you've had a long day. The key to everything, if you're doing it without throwing interceptions or turning the ball over.
He was
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
All right, that's a decent game there, but it hasn't been his best game overall. So I wonder what the mindset is of his team. Do they want him to handle the football and try and close this game out? Or are they going to make an alternative plan and maybe go in a different direction?
I think they need him, and this is his time to shine. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
Have to give some credit to the defender on that when he read all of his keys perfectly and got a great break on the ball and able to force that incompletion.
On third down, Brissett. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by Justin Reed. And he will score. Touchdown, Patriots. Those free safeties, they get to sit back there if they've got good pass rushers like this team does. Read like a book. He read it like a book and took it in for 6.
And if they use their eyes well and their anticipation skills, they can make big plays, just as what we saw. A free safety's dream. Follow the football, go to it, and take it the other way.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Miami set to take over. And they have to try and move past that pick 6 because now they're dealing with a fourth quarter deficit. And they need this drive to end in points. And here's a good way to kick off a drive, complete over the middle. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards.
First and 10.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. Out of the gun, Brissett. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Isaiah Simmons picking it off. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Patriot defense has a touchdown.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
Lutz good on the extra point, and that will ensure that it will take a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to tie it. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Taken about 7 yards deep, and this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
Their own 25-yard line.
The New England defense gearing up to take the field. After the pick 6, they go right back to the air. Open man is Higbee, the tight end. First play of the drive in their hip pocket. Of course, the focus here has to be the touchdown and the 2-point conversion. Field goals are going to help you.
Yeah, but how about that first play of the drive? Just to get them started. Nice gain. Got some positive momentum going. They're on their way, and they don't have to rush.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
First and 10. So
into Pat's territory now. Here's first and 10 at the 42-yard line. He dumps this off to Mack, and he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's second down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They've become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
16 yards, a first down. And on that last play there, he's over 400 yards passing now.
You know what that generally means?
Success.
That, and it means you really didn't miss opportunities. Usually very accurate. The ball's getting to the right place. Guys are making yardage after the catch to help you out that way. I mean, the whole team has picked it up. And don't forget, that means the offensive line has had to pass protect pretty well, too.
Everyone dialed in. They'll throw again. Brissett. This will be caught at about the 5. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Laviska Shenault with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Dolphins are a 2-point conversion away from tying this football game.
So they got the touchdown they needed to cut this to 2, but now they've got to get back to the huddle. No celebration time. Got to figure out what they're going to do on the 2-point conversion.
Still time to work with on the clock, but they wanted a tie now, and they got it.
And I love their aggressiveness. Go ahead and get it done. Get the game tied.
And he can't field it cleanly. It's loose. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return.
25-yard line.
Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7 at the 28-yard line.
Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So the Patriots with the football as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a score to break this tie. His throw incomplete. John Ross, the one he was looking for. And it's 3rd down. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. From the gun, Moore. And he comes back with one complete. He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. That goes as a gain of 11 and a Patriot 1st down. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. Here's a 1st down throw that's complete. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. Now the Patriots moving quickly, hustling up to the line.
It's now 2nd and 6 at the 42-yard line.
To throw is Ward. To throw on 2nd down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10.
New England.
Now you're right on the edge of field goal range. You still got time, but get up to the line of scrimmage and get set.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game.
9-yard line.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Oh, no, he lost the football. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. A little careless with the football, and he also had a fumble loss last week, didn't he?
He certainly did, and when I'm watching him play, the one thing that comes to mind is always remember, traffic, turbulence, people around you, 2 hands. Get 2 hands on the ball. Grip it tight. I know it looks cool to have it in one hand. put it away, tuck it away, because you've got to take care of the ball.
He was taken down.
Now the Patriots will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. They go right back to Mack. And this Patriot defense up to the challenge once more as they again stop him behind the line. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Now Brissett. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. The Patriots will take their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. Here's A.J. Cole now as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Pats at the line ready to go. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. In a tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out, get to overtime, and try and win it there.
All right, we'll see if they do just that. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now.
89, incomplete. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 20-yard line.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Throwing again. Moore is going to fire this thing deep right sideline. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. He's going to try and go deep again. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. And we have free football. Overtime. Here we go, my friend.
And the way this game played out.
It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21.
At their own 21-yard line.
Now the Patriot offense set to take over again. They're set for their first drive here in overtime, and this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
It's been loud in here so far. Short gain there to start overtime.
Almost a tester play, wasn't it? Wanted to see if the guys on defense were going to fit the gaps the correct way, because we're in overtime. So it's not just physical tiredness out there, right? Mentally, are you still doing what you're supposed to do? And they were up to the task on that play.
And certainly fatigue on both sides of the football. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Quarterback is sacked.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
In a blink of an eye, that happened fast, and a big sack. Coming up on a 3rd and 9. Opening drive of overtime as they look to convert. Operating from the gun. Moore. Got a man complete. It's Hamler. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. His first catch, and it's a big one in overtime. It's a first down. This is a big spot for a rookie QB, and overtime is kind of where you earn your stripes, isn't it?
It really is, and we've talked with enough coaches and players about how these youngsters are getting into the game and playing this at such a high level so early. But overtime, that's an entirely different animal, and he's handling it well.
Yeah, starting to put together a nice drive. Here's Ward. On 1st and 10. That's complete to Jonathan Taylor out of the backfield. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. I don't want to overhype it, but this is a big early season game, especially an overtime win. That can give you a big boost going forward in the season.
It certainly can, and I don't think you're overhyping it because cliches go out the window when you start to play overtime. And you're right, the winner of this game now, that's an extra boost moving forward. And it actually is an extra hurt for the team that loses because normally you shake it off. But in this situation, it lingers a little bit longer.
And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. So 3rd down coming up. And Charles, I guess the question for me, where does 4-down territory begin possibly?
I guess for me it begins if you have 4th and 5 or less. Because you got to understand your team and know what your play calls are. What do you have that you think you're confident that you can pick up that type of yardage? It might be 4th and 3 for some teams, but I think anything under 4th and 5, they'll think about going for it.
Now Ward to throw on 3rd down. Going up top, and that will be incomplete.
Incomplete on the deep ball.
Well, I know you're toward the middle of the field here, but still, 4th down this distance, you got to punt it, right?
That's definitely the first instinct because you say, okay, let's just play some field position, make sure we don't lose the game here, turn it over in a key spot. But if you feel really good about your trigger guy, if you feel great about him, you might want to leave the ball in his hands and let him work his magic.
Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 11-yard line.
And out come the Dolphins now. Their defense did its job, got the stop. All they need is 3, and this is over.
Couldn't have done much else other than score themselves and end it. But they turned it back over to them, and now all they need is a field goal to win the game. Excellent job by the defense. Can the offense finish things off?
Part 1 is done, now part 2.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
2 minutes left in this overtime session, and still all tied. 2nd and 11. From the shotgun, it's Brissett. Oh, and it's intercepted.
They should have put a stamp on me in the locker room.
Picks it off. And he will score. Touchdown, Patriots.
Today's
still catching our breaths from that electric finish. You get into overtime, that's one thing. It was a great 4 quarters. Within an OT, not only to win it, but to win it on a defensive score. Wow.
Oh, definitely. And I think from now on, we're going to definitely travel someone who can help us because I thought I was going to pass out at the end. Not just getting to the overtime, but the plays in overtime that led to this one, and to finish it on a defensive touchdown, a takeaway that gets into the end zone.